It's a beautiful world.
Bulls Radio Lounge. Gut Check Live. I'm playing this. This is the new Eddie Torres intro. And if you're wondering why I'm playing this, is because we're going to have him on at 8:30. The man, the myth, the legend, Eddie Torres, or as they call him, State Line. He'll be on at 8:30. Good guy. Had him in the studio one time. By the way, welcome to the show, Gut Chat Live. Let me do this a little proper.
I'm just sitting here.
I had this played out so much better in my head. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, this is going to be a great intro to kind of play for him, right? And I guess my thought would probably have to listen to the music first before I played it.
Gotta work on your wrestling promos, man.
Yeah. Again, it sounded great in my head.
You
And
are
when
not
it
The
came
Rock,
out,
I'll tell you that one.
what's that?
You are not The Rock.
No, I am not The Rock. That's for sure. It sounded so much better in my head. Welcome to the show, Gut Check Live with Belly and Bull. I am Bull. On the other end of that spectrum is Belly.
I am Belly.
So I'll play the intro on the next break. So
Oh, you're cool, man. Huh?
no, so I had a so much better. Plus, we were running kind of a little bit late, so
Sonic.
yeah, Sonic. Let me see what's going on with him. If you don't know, this is Sonic the Hedgehog. He's an actual hedgehog, and he controls, the hamsters down there. And we're kind of checking him live, see what's going on.
He's a slacker, man.
He is. He's over there. Looks like, I don't know what he's doing. He might be taking a poop. So that's probably why
What
he's
else
not.
is new?
That's probably why, things went bad at the beginning. So
Because you were watching him poop?
No, yeah. No, all right, so now he's back to work. All right. So things are well.
Back at it.
Back at it. He finished his poop and went back to his eating facilities.
Yeah. I think we got a new bit. We got to start doing wrestling promos. You need to work on that, buddy.
I have never done a wrestling promo, to be honest with you. I've never actually thought I was good at introducing anybody, to be all honest with you. I thought I was not a... There used to be a guy that when I first started the shows, right? And he did these voices that were phenomenal. Like he would do Samuel Jackson. He would do... what else was there? God, I can't... Sean Connery really well. He would do... Christopher Walken, I think, was really one of his well-done things. And that's kind of what really brought him to the dance at the time. But then I guess I can't remember what happened, but something happened with something, and I think he left on his own accord or something like that. But then at the end, he doesn't even talk to me anymore, so he doesn't want to. So, which I mean, it happens, in radio.
Do you want to sit on my couch and talk about it, Bull?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's
Okay,
not
that's
really. I mean, I don't know. It's not really that exciting of a story, to be honest with you.
I'm just saying I'm here to listen.
I mean,
if you
it was kind of like a saving grace type of moment, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's one of those you did me a favor things?
No, not really a favor, but kind of change his mindset, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not really change it for my accord, but more for his. To be honest with you, because all right. Do you want the full story? Or do you want the gist?
Just give me the abbreviated version.
The abbreviated version. All right. So basically, that's how we got started with USF Radio, right?
Yeah.
And so then I flipped it to talk radio. We did a whole bunch of things. I promoted ourselves with different deals, having different people on our shows. Then I got Bubba Love Sponge interested in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then that's how we were supposed to have him on the air. He canceled. He did another one with us. Great job. 45 minutes worth of, not heard of, basically, in college radio to have people like that on the air, of that caliber. Because most radio people, they may not go back to their where they started from. You know what I mean? And they may look at it as it's too much. They're too big for that.
Yeah.
So the thing is that when you how do you put it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well,
True
because
story.
most people, and then like with Bubba, he gets it. He remembers where he came from. Remembers how he gets it there. So he was happy to do it, and I thank him for that. I mean, that's how I got started with it. So in the end, I guess something happened. I don't remember what happened. But if I remember correctly, I got pulled in the studio to, I guess, answer. Oh, it was okay. Back a little bit. One day I was at Universal.
This is the abbreviated version.
Yeah. I'm hitting key points, to be honest with you. Basically, I talked with him about an hour and a half. Okay. To try to talk him out of not quitting via email.
Ooh,
Yeah. So I mean, basically, it's like
breaking up via text.
Yeah. Well, I saw the email, and I'm like, as to whom this is concerned, yada yada yada, will not be returning, blah blah blah, yada yada. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. I just know it's not going to go well. So then I tried to talk him down. He didn't want to do it. So the next day, I got questions asked. I'm like, I don't know. I can't answer for the guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bubba asked his questions and stuff like that. And he didn't really, I mean, I told him it was all a work. It wasn't nothing personal. Even Bubba himself said, just tell him that, hey, look, it was nothing personal. We were just working on the radio. And I'm like, I'll tell him. So
yeah, some people just
he didn't like it. And then he didn't like me answering for him. So I told him maybe you should have called in and talked to him. He didn't like that either.
Didn't you say that you couldn't speak for him?
Well, I did, but this is after the show.
Oh, after the show. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I called him up, and that if he wanted to, I told him basically, I think, in all smoothness, I said, hey, because he was kind of chewing me out. I said, hey man, if you didn't like it, you should have called in.
Yeah,
do your thing. But anyway, so he doesn't talk to me anymore. Doesn't even want nothing of me. So
yeah,
and
I have a couple of those. Fuck them.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, cool, do your thing. And from that on, I've pretty much where I am now, and that I thankfully have been there for as long as I did, and appreciate and learn from the best, I think.
Yep.
So, arguably the best, because some people don't like them, some people do like them, but to be honest with you, it's he is so much different off the radio.
In this market, during the 93.3 days, even during 98, he was the best. There's no question.
And I'm not saying this because, I'm trying to, whatever. And no, I mean, just, and Bubba knows this, that I'm very open-minded. I'm very, straight to what I got to say. And, they all know this, the people who've worked with me there. He is a very nice guy. He is very cool and very caring, and he loves what he does. It's an art form to him. It's how to make the show funny, how to make the show more animated, how to make the show more,
Right.
and that's what he does. So it's and I was, it was nice of him to let me work with him and all the BRL crew,
Right.
Or the BRN crew, as long as I did. So
That's cool, man.
But anyways, so enough about that. But yeah, that was a long, short end, long end. I don't know what you want to call it. So what Belly has put up on the screen is that this is a test. This is not,
Yeah, we're testing something new.
This is like a beta test. So let's not go crazy. But
go
we don't really have sort of a phone line kind of deal working between.
Well, we do, but they can't hear me, and people that are calling want to curse me out, and I can't say anything back to them. Kind of. So we're gonna try something different.
Right now, this is just a beta test. Now, if things go freaking wild and crazy and whatever,
that might be great though.
What?
Wild and crazy might be great.
Yeah, but I don't want people like going
goodbye
insanely, whatever, you know what I mean? To where I have to start, I'm, clicking out people more than trying to do the show. You know what I mean?
Just be like, mute, kick, mute.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that. I just want, if you want to join in, okay, just type in those credentials. Now, mind you, on the recorded session, you won't be able to do all that.
Yeah, so. Now, if you're just listening, if we're your white noise and we're your Zen, we're on Zoom. We have a meeting number and a password. It's on the Facebooks. It's on the chat. And if I can give it out, the meeting number is going to be 823-592-07311. And the password will be lowercase ch, capital T, lowercase g, the number 7, capital E.
And mind you, this only works for the live show, not for the replay. So if you click on the video and listen to it, after recorded, it doesn't work. All right. So,
but if you do try to do it, please email me so I can mention that on the next show.
So, and yeah, if you want to, email the show, by all means, I think it's bullsradiolounge@gmail.com. And then you can just email the show, for any of the shows, whether it's the Tuesday show for Bull and the Bartender show, or, the show right after this at 9:30 sharp, Social Reload show with Matt DeSavior. So, but anyways, at 8:30 we're gonna have Eddie. Is it Eddie? I've always had issues with the names, and
the Authority Eddie Torres.
Well, because there's two different names.
Well, I mean, Eddie Torres is his professional wrestling.
Okay,
name.
So Eddie Torres, all right, because
Eddie Torres.
Some of the things that I pulled up, has different. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to make sure I have the right pronunciation.
Yeah, man, 18-year professiontal veteran in the wrestling business, man. He's got a lot of miles on him.
Oh yeah,
and he's been through it. He's not hell of a nice guy.
I've seen him, like live in studio with him and his I can't remember the other guy's name.
Boy's Jack too.
Oh yeah, he is. What's his man?
Or his tag team partner, or was it?
Yeah, his tag team partner.
I gotcha.
Damian Angel.
Okay,
that's his tag team partner. So they both came in the studio, and I want to ask him because I don't know if he remembers this about where Batman
the tattoo thing.
The tattoo thing, yeah. So I don't know.
Man, ask him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna remember that or not. So,
maybe it's something he doesn't want to remember. Maybe he went to get that memory taken out and talk to a professional about it, and you're just gonna stir up some shit for him. Man.
Maybe. What? I mean, what's?
Then he'll come kick your ass.
Yeah. You don't know where I live. I'm in a bunker, 25 feet in the ground. Somewhere.
But you're vaccinated.
I haven't got my second one yet.
When do you do for that? You should be coming up soon.
Soon, yeah.
Or if you get sick, are you gonna blog about it and put some content on the channel?
I'm not gonna do all
that. This is bull. My immune system's working. I got a fever.
No, I'm not gonna I don't know. I thought about that, to be honest with you. I really did thought about if I did like get sort of the symptoms that you got with the second shot that I'm about to get,
Yeah.
right? If I should sort of do like a daily, you know, like
Just a random video, like
random
Facebook Live.
video. No, I don't know
3
about
o'clock in the
Facebook
morning, all of a
Live.
sudden the light comes on. It's 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
100.4 degree temperature.
But see, that's what I've heard. You don't get any like flu like symptoms. You just get like the
Well, you
the
feel
tiredness and the
fluish and stuff like that. Like you would
Yeah.
have the flu.
but you don't hit
that's
that phase.
some people that I've heard.
Yeah,
And also, which one did you get? Pfizer or Moderna?
Pfizer.
Okay, I got Pfizer as well.
Yeah, well, they said Pfizer was the one that was the best.
Eh,
Has
I'll
like
take
a
it.
98 or 99 point percent.
Yeah, the efficacy rate.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but that's the Pfizer one was the one. Now I know some people are doing like the Johnson and Johnson one.
That's the
That's
one shot.
One shot, one deal.
Yep, in and
Which-
out.
That has like a 60 to 70%. You know.
It's better than zero though.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know which one. I guess if
mean,
you
I
had your
got Pfizer,
choice, you do
so.
Pfizer. Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, I didn't have a choice. That's what they were giving out where I went.
oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about Moderna. Like
I know someone that got Moderna, and the second shot, they had a hell of a time for 48 hours.
really?
The muscle aches were so bad that they were in tears.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's a good thing. That means the immune system's doing what it's supposed to do.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that if that's gonna happen.
Hey, I'm bracing myself because
Uh.
I'll be 100. I'm a little bitch when it comes to being sick and feeling sick. I don't like it.
I
at
am
all.
too, man. I hate being sick, and I even hate feeling like I'm sick because then I feel like I can't do anything. I feel like I can't help. I can't, do what I need to get done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you
then-
feel like titties on a bowl. No
Yeah,
pun intended.
Yeah, thanks. So I feel like I just can't, do anything.
Yeah.
And it just to me, because I'm not a type of person that's just gonna sit down and just like I couldn't work behind an office. To be no offense to you, but I couldn't work behind an office. I'd go insane.
No, you got to be out and about amongst the people.
Nah, well, about
Or just out and about.
building, making something. You see what I mean?
I gotcha.
Like if I'm
You're,
sitting
you're a
behind
doer.
if I'm sitting behind a desk and I'm just sitting there going, yeah, typing numbers, okay, bye, okay, yep, yep, you have a good day. But
You're making me sound like a peckerhead.
no, but I would just go and well, that's just sort of the moniker of what the cubicle
it's like,
life
you know,
is. I
It
go
is. It's
insane.
lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Answer phone calls. Blah
yeah,
blah blah.
sometimes you get the happy ones. Sometimes you get the bad ones. So, I just couldn't deal with it. I'd be like, banging my head up against the telephone.
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
it would just drive me insane. I've seen people like just be like turn like that actually to turn like a robot, like a cubicle robot.
Oh yeah, because it's a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my mom used to work for an insurance company for,
Thank you for
number of
calling.
years.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, and
Thank you for calling.
going
The
and,
same monotone
yeah.
bullshit voice.
going to visit, her for like lunch from time to time and sit there and see all these people just sort of like little gopher holes, you know what I mean? They just pop their head up. Like who's there? You know what I mean?
New person, squirrel.
It's like while they're talking on the phone, while they're talking to the customer, they're like just pop their head up, like doop doop doop.
Yeah, they're
Who's
like, and Mr. Johnson, we got this new prescription for you. And oh my God, there's a new person in here.
I've never seen that before in my life, and just popping their head up, just doing their thing.
You ever get like when you call a customer service line and the person's like talking to you in this monotone voice or like even a real sweet, they have a mute button. If you say something they don't like, they're cursing you out.
Oh yeah,
They're like, yes, Mr. Bull, we'll do that for you. Fuck you, you motherfucking asshole piece of shit. Yes, Mr. Bull, yes.
Absolutely. I mean, you ever think about also if you're on the phone with them and they put you on hold and you think you've got that elevator music playing, right?
Meanwhile, they're sitting there checking their phone.
No, they're actually
Getting
listening to
some
you, what
coffee.
they're saying, what you're saying to them. You know what I mean? Or what you're saying on the phone.
Oh, so do you talk shit when you're a customer and they put you on hold?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, it depends.
That's a yes, people. That's a
No.
yes.
No, it depends because sometimes, I mean, lately, if I have to talk to the customer service people, I try to be as nice as possible. You know,
Yeah, I do too. I don't like the people that call and just their asshole
Yeah.
right off the bat.
like back in the day, I would have probably been, you mother, God, you know.
Now, if
saying-
you ask me to talk about my extended warranty, I'm going to tell you go fuck yourself. I'm just going to put that on Front Street.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I just, I don't know. I try to be as nice as possible and, stuff like that. Now, if they started to be like a little bit naive and, whatnot, then, I'd have been like, all right, here, listen, let's explain this a little bit differently to you.
You put
know what I mean?
put the foot down. You take
Yeah,
the bull
I mean,
bull by
it's-
the horns.
I mean, because sometimes it's like, people just
Like, listen,
don't,
jabroni.
people just don't, either they don't listen or they just sort of tune you out. You know
What'd
what I
you say?
mean?
You say something?
Yeah, pretty much like that. And it's like, all right, it's not. I take this joke when I say this. It's like how McDonald's sort of like, certain restaurants, their lights come on, everything starts blowing up and stuff like that when you change, like no lettuce on the hamburger, right? And then,
Yep.
but when you see that, and you sit there and go, okay, can we not put lettuce on the hamburger? In all reality, joking aside. And then they sit there and they go, okay, you confirm with, yeah, no lettuce. Yeah, no lettuce on there. Please make sure no lettuce, right?
You really don't like lettuce.
No. But my point is that then you get it and there's lettuce on it.
No, people fuck up, man.
Yeah,
I mean-
but it's
As long as there's people, there's going to be fuck ups. Always.
right. But the thing is that,
You really don't want lettuce. That's
no,
the
the thing is like it's, if you're working there or working at a place where any place like that, you should know somewhat of what you're doing.
Well, it's not that they don't know what they're doing. That's kind of a broad.
Then why
They
do
could be
you,
having
then,
a bad day.
Then
You know,
how
maybe
do you?
they walked in on their wife blowing their neighbor. you know,
Jeez.
you don't know what's happening. You know?
Right.
I
And
mean,
actually,
we just assume the worst. That it's the stupidest fucking person in the world. We,
Well,
we
they-
don't know that their dog just got shot or something.
Yeah.
we don't know anything.
well, and agreed. I agree with that.
But
You know.
I just don't want any lettuce on my burger.
Uh-huh.
It's not like the guy from Office Space. I don't want no lettuce. You got lettuce on the burger.
Yeah, I just got his email. Is that what I mean? What's the deal with the email?
He needs the Zoom info.
To his email?
I guess so.
All right.
I was texting you on the download, so we didn't have this conversation on the air.
My bad. I was just trying to rectify the situation.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. They're gonna break real quick, and we'll try to get Eddie Torres on the phone. Let me play a little bit of this. All right.
Coming up next, the Authority, Eddie Torres. That's how you do it, Bo.
Sorry, now you sound like a Super Bowl motorsports guy.
Sunday.
All right, stand by 8:30. We're gonna try to get him on live. I'm gonna try to get this technical issue straightened out. So don't go away. Back in a minute. Gut Check Live with Belly and Bull. Soon to be Eddie Torres. Back in a minute.
I like drinking Irish tea with a little bit of lapsang souchong. I like making my own tea. My, it's a beautiful world. I like driving in my car. Roll the top down, sometimes I travel quite far. Drive to the ocean and stare up at the stars. I like driving in my car. All around is anger, automatic guns. It's death in large numbers, no respect for women or our little ones. I tried talking to Jesus, but he just put me on hold. Said he'd been swamped by calls this week and he could not shake his cold. Perhaps this is as good as it gets. When you've given up the drink and those nasty cigarettes. Now leave the party early, at least with no regrets. I watch the sun as it comes up, I watch it as it sets. Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Oh my, it's a beautiful world. I like sleeping with Maureen. She is one sexy girl, full of mystery. She says she doesn't love me, she likes my company. For now that's good enough for me. Oh my, it's a beautiful world. I like swimming in the sea. I like to go out beyond the white breakers, where a man can still be free, or a woman if you are one. I like swimming in the sea.
Crazy. You live that life with no regrets. And I promise you that I'll never forget. You live that life with no regrets. And I promise you that I'll never forget. Crazy. You live that life with no regrets. And I promise you that I'll never forget. You live that life with no regrets. And I promise you that I'll never forget.
Bulls Radio Lounge. Gut Check Live. Welcome to the show. Belly on one end, Bull on the other. Bringing this to you live.
That sounded naughty.
Well, kind of rhymed there, I guess. On your March 21st, 2021. And with us live via Sonic the Hedgehog, the Hamsters, and our satellite link up into space. Everything is working. The hamsters are going about 90 miles an hour down there.
Don't curse it.
Okay. Mr. Eddie Torres is on the phone, hopefully via Zoom. Are you there, my friend?
I am here.
Oh, there you are. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How you guys doing?
Good. It has been a long ass time.
Yeah, it has. It has. Got to blame COVID for that.
Well, even since I had you in the other studio that one time, it has been just a long ass time since I've seen you. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I've been. It's been a lot of changes happened over the last couple of years. I think it was about 4 years ago last time I saw you guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was kind of like been going good, man. Living life, just working through this, through this pandemic. Shifting gears, currently working as a first responder now, working in the EMS field now. So
okay.
Shifted around a little bit, yeah.
Thank you for your service, by the way, for that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Awesome.
that, yeah. But yeah, I mean, just staying committed, still wrestling, still, doing my thing.
It's been 18 years since you had your debut. You still love it like you did back then, even more so?
It's, I do. And I think it's even more special now that I'm older and that I'm kind of like, I guess I feel in my prime, kind of understand the business. Not saying that I know it all, but I think it's as special as it was when I first did it, if not more, because of the fact of any last match will be my last match per se. You know what I mean? You never know. Not saying because of injury, just don't know. Just the way the business is.
Right.
And but it's like, so I try to treat every match like it's my last match. So it's exciting. It brings a whole new element to what I do.
Yeah, and you just had a intense cage match. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago, or?
It was last week. Last Saturday I had a steel cage match. It was a first responder benefit show. I wrestled my old time nemesis and longtime friend, the technical alchemist David Mercury. It was bloody.
I saw some photos.
Yeah, it was bloody. It was it just came off that one. Still healing from that. Still got bruises, so I'm taking it easy. I'm kind of older now. Gotta be smarter.
How's the recovery process with that? Like, what do you do to recover yourself from a match like that?
If it's funny when you're like in your 20s and it's like you could just like go to sleep, wake up, and you're healed up, right? Now I'm 39. I need everything in the kitchen sink in my, to make me work.
Smell like Bengay for 4 weeks.
Bengay, I mean, Epsom salt, the foam roller by far is probably the most ingenious, equipment for your back or anything, but it really takes out. But I just kind of go with the motions. Before it used to just be like, consume a bunch of alcohol, take some aspirins, and we keep moving forward. But
can't do that anymore.
No.
Was that before the match or?
Huh?
Was that before the match or after the match?
No. That's after.
That was okay. All right.
That's after.
I thought, man, that's the way you started the match. I was like,
No,
wow,
that's
wow.
all back. Like I say, back in the day, I could use that.
That's how I'd get into a steel cage.
Oh my God, man! I think I should get a couple of shots and then go do a couple of matches, man. And then I was like, I probably seltzer drinks. So Truly's
LaCroix,
after, yeah.
man, I'd have to be all kinds of weirded out to go do a steel cage, let alone get in the cage with him. I mean, that would
Yeah.
be. I'd say, hey, I'm a big guy, but hey, listen, man, we're cool, dude. I don't want nothing to do with this. You know,
How do you
I'm a
mentally
nice guy.
prepare
I'm a
for
nice guy. I'm a nice guy. It's not that serious. I'm a nice guy.
it? Once that bell rings, though, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
whole. That's a whole. Yeah. Well, I
That's
can't
what
tell
I'm.
you what happened. I always use the over the top reference. Turn the hat around. You know
Yeah.
what I
There you
mean?
go.
Like, and then I can't control what happens after that. But,
But a little known fact, correct me if I'm wrong, you performed at the first live show on TV with fans for AEW a few months back against Sean Spears. That was the first event with fans back in the stands, wasn't it?
yes, it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was the first time that they opened up a minimum capacity at the Daily Place, and I was the actual opening match of the whole show. And
So-
when you're letting the crowd, and I didn't know that until we got out there, which is obviously it's also more motivating when there's a crowd. I love having the crowd above these no non-crowds, studio style matches.
Yeah. How was that? So you didn't know going into it that this was the first one with fans. So you found out while you were going out there, or?
Yeah, basically when I got there, they had told me that I was going to be the very first match of the whole night, the whole with Sean, basically opening up the whole show. Like they filmed the dark matches prior to they do the Dynamite at 8 o'clock slot, so they were already opening the doors for everybody to come in, basically, and they say, hey, you guys are the first match before in front of a live crowd, so just letting you know. I'm like, great. I was like, yes.
So excited. I'd be pissing
Oh
myself.
yeah, I mean it's exciting just to be there. It was an experience, I'm sure we'll get into, but with the crowd there, it's even more realistic. It's even more realistic to me when you're at an environment like that, because you feed off that. I feed off that, and even if it's minimum, there was a good, just knowing that they're there, it's just much more incentive.
Yeah, just here instead of that piped in stuff that they do now.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. That
You
whole
could- you-
like,
It's
Yeah.
horrible. Yeah.
yes,
But
yeah.
having no one there, then all of a sudden you got like I said, I think 10%, even if that's 3,000, 5,000 people, and you haven't had that in months, and you're going out there to perform for them. I'm sure there's a little bit of nerves there.
Oh, there definitely is, because this is my first time being invited there, and then to be able to wrestle a performer as Sean Spears, and someone I've known for a very long time. That's a little fun fact. I've known him in the prior, back in the day when he was first in FCW, way, like, I would say 8 years ago. And it's so funny that when we met, it was here it is. I'm putting in a match against someone I've got a history with, and he's a much higher, quality performer now than he was then. Not saying that he wasn't great then, but the rest in front of all that and our locker room and atmosphere, the first time there, I've done my due diligence in other promotions and other bigger name places, but it was a very unique experience to be there. And then now you add the fans to it. I'm like, oh, this is even much more, of a high than prior to getting here, because I mean, I love performing in front of fans. It's nothing. It's just, I think that's the whole purpose of being in wrestling. It really is. It's just wrestling in front of a fan, a crowd.
So how did you get hooked up with AEW? How did that come about?
I was contacted from people who are in charge of bringing in some new young talent, and young, saying it loosely, young, new talent. So it was literally like 3 weeks before that event. I was asked, and I was kind of like, oh wow, well, I stay in shape, but I was not in great shape for that. And I was like, so I was like, all right, I took the opportunity, and it kind of went fast with everything. Like, when the whole process, when I got there, and connecting with the management and people who control the whole dynamic of using and basically enhancement talent, or those they bring in, and that was it. I mean, it was just kind of one of those like, well, spur out of moments situation. that I've inquired on it prior. Then COVID hit, and then I kind of let it be, since everything was kind of shut down. And then when everything opened up, I was messaged about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. So
So pleasurable experience. If they called again and said, "Hey, we need you," you'll be there in a
oh
heartbeat.
oh yeah, I would be. I think what helped me with AEW was also like a lot of people do and a lot of wrestlers and seeing that, COVID happened to like put us in the back burner. Like people in independent scene, they wrestle every weekend, maybe twice a weekend, maybe one time a week. It could be up to eight matches a month, the minimum. So people stay in shape, but when you have nothing going on, it's hard to find any places to stay in shape. And so prior to that, I was slowly, steadily getting into the practicing, training in the gym, and practicing training in the local, show school over here, the Alito Academy. And I was just, and then I was contacted. So like when they called me now, even more so now, I'm even more prepared because I've put myself in a better position. Okay, if they call me today, I'm there. I'm ready.
Okay, you do look jacked. The last couple photos I've seen you in. So
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jack, kick Bull's ass for me.
Let's go, Bull.
Nah,
There you go.
Hey,
steel cage.
I've seen it, man. I don't. Yeah, you'd get me over the top rope and slam me on the thing, and I'd be okay. Ambulance time. We got to go.
So, if a perfect world, you're a fantasy book or whatnot, or with the product, with the way it is with COVID and how wrestling's had to evolve from the gimmicky characters of the 80s and early 90s to more reality based, R-rated stuff in the mid 90s to now the social media age where smarks, the smart marks, the smart fans online know the ins and outs, and there's hardly any surprises anymore. What would you do to fix the current mainstream product?
Well, I mean, I think I think if we cater to what social media wants, I know that's kind of hard because social media is such a wide range. People who live in a very large cancel culture, no pun, and it's just I just do feel like we're insulting the any normal fans, traditional fans, by giving them this PG rated stuff. Like saying they should blur the lines a little bit. I mean, as a fantasy booker, I would. There's a great element of entertainment. I think characters are very important. I think that's always the element of wrestling. We all grew up generally in the 80s and 90s style wrestling where we kind of liked those kind of characters. As cheesy as they were, they fit the times. The Hogans and the Doink the Clowns or Razor Ramones and those kind of people. But even in the late 90s, 2000s, we had guys like the Stone Cold Steve Austins that were blurring the lines, the DXs, but they were living up to the times. I think now, what I see when I watch the product, any of it, it's like they're trying their best to get to that point and then they stop rather than just commit it through, see what happens. I can't imagine what it is to kind of put that with major network censorships and stuff like that, but the wrestling has become something of I don't know, I won't say a joke, but basically comical. It is comical because what they do is there's only so much athletic ability you could portray in the ring without having any theatrics or any type of salesmanship. Believability, drawing someone in. I can't tell you on the local scene, I've had people come up to me and I'm humbled by this, but they're like, you make it believable. And I'm like, all I'm doing is doing my job, what I was trained to do as a professional wrestler. I didn't go out there and do anything highlighted. Not saying that I can't do all those highlight stuff. I think that if we brought back those mixtures, if we kind of find a nice blend of the athletic ability, athletically strong competitors out there compared to some of the salesmanship and the characterizations and the building and the storylines that are meaningful. I think they're insulting people by giving it this. I don't know. Some people have these. I can't say for sure right now, but some gimmicks are kind of like out of this world. I think some of them needs to be finessed where you can find the proper stereotypes that fits the fan. Because I think what we do is bring in new fans, not worry about the smart. Because those smarts and all those people who think they know the business they're just constantly going to be. They're going to constantly be criticizing what people do. Let them criticize. Just go with it. Just see what happens.
Yeah. Like bouncing back off what you're saying there, like as a fan outside looking in, you got two separate schools. You got like your old school Jim Cornette kind of tell a story in the ring, slow burn kind of storyline. The opponents talking to each other kind of a thing. And then you got the YouTube generation that just see highlight clips of all these spots and they think matches should just be spot after spot after spot. And now the business or you guys have to try to meld both those together, and you're never going to make either side 100% happy. Somehow try to come into the middle, and evolve, kind of like from the gimmicky 80s stuff to the reality stuff, just changing with the times, kind of a thing. Can you see something like that possibly happening?
I can see it possibly happen. I think if it's done right and it's and you have someone with balls to make it happen. Someone to really put it out there, not sit back and worry about the negative side of what will happen. There's gonna be negatives. Everything you do is negative. I mean, I think anybody that builds any business is gonna be a negative thought process until people start following the success of it all. And you have to surround yourself with the right kind of talent and the right kind of marketers and management and stuff like that too. You have to have a like-minded system. And I think it's imperative. Because I was trained old school, but I was considered new school in my era. So like these young kids now, when I see them wrestle, I'm old school now, but I'm only old school because I wanted to make sense. I wanted to tell a story. You could have a whole match, and the whole match could tell a story, and it don't have to be a contest of athletic powers there, and power, all this kind. It doesn't have to be. It's great to have it. I'm not saying anything wrong if it's, but somewhat like the common fans in Louisiana are not going to care about that, or Michigan or certain areas in states. They're just not. So I think it's important. I think it could happen. I believe it. I would like to believe it. So, but if it ever happens, I'll tip my hat off for the person who makes it happen.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I was thinking, like social media, I always say is the worst and the best thing in the world. Start incorporating that. Everyone, all these kids that they have Snapchat, they have TikTok, run an angle where it's on the show, to like you and some other opponent, and then maybe you're doing a Snapchat and then someone does a run in on you on the Snapchat. You get that old school audience and then you get that new school audience kind of thing. But it seems like there's a lot of, especially with the mainstream, a lot of we got to cater to our advertisers kind of things and what they want, and not evolve the product. Am I kind of out of bounds there, or kind of what do you think?
No, I think I agree with you. I really do. I mean, I think it shouldn't be that difficult. I think it should be that simple. I think people make it difficult because they all want to stand out and be different when they're not. I don't think wrestling needs to be. What I always say is when I'm with new young students or anybody get asked my advice in the scene, I always say that don't try to be the person that's trying to change wrestling. Adapt to it and find your own way. I mean, that's all you need to do. Like find your own way, and then you'll stand out. When you try to change the business, you're not going to change the business. I never came into business thinking to change the business. I just want to be a part of it and come up and become, and kind of like blossom inside of it. I think a lot of promotions and everybody are different people who have that mindset creatively try to make something new, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it's not organic, for one, for me, and two, it's just it doesn't come off as believable. So but I agree with you.
I appreciate that, man. Now, your influences for the performer that you are, who would you say are your top 3 influences?
Top 3 influences. Well, would be I was a big fan of Bam Bam Bigelow.
I remember him.
I wasn't the biggest guy. I think I stand 5'10". I look big, but I'm my height. Short.
Yeah.
But Bam Bam, I love Bam Bam because he was one of those bigger guys that could just move. That was intimidating. It helped that he was from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey, so that kind of became a thing for me. Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. I think he was he is so under. I mean, people appreciate him, but don't appreciate him to the point where I think I appreciate him. He was the constant performer. He was the constant overseller. I think he was what Shawn Michaels is now. I think he would have been Mr. WrestleMania because he just knew how to
Yeah,
sell a match. He
I
just
agree
knew
with
how to
that.
do things. And thing is, he was talented. He was a natural athlete. He's not even a joke. I mean, we used to watch the vignettes, but you know, he said, always hit a um, hole in one or something golf or something. I used to love those. And but my and I mean my last would be I'm a huge fan of well, I mean I like Bret Hart too. I mean I guess I'm going a lot 90s big time here. I try to take from different people what I can get. My character is not really the most left field character. It's very much obvious, but it's just I like to feel like I bring something to it differently when it comes to my charismatic nature or whatever the case may be. But I take from those, I watch just what they do and some of the things that they put into the match that you may not watch. Because I mean, the greatest thing about wrestling is that you have so much content you can study all night. And just pick and fine tune what you see and turn it into something yours. Not make it brand new, but make it your own. But yeah, Bret Hart, Bam Bam, and Mr. Perfect.
It's funny that you mentioned Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart. I actually rewatched a couple nights ago their SummerSlam, I think 1991 match, and
Uh-huh.
it still holds up. I would hold that match to something, the best thing that happens today,
Oh,
and
oh yeah,
phenomenal.
oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a good one. Like watch that one constantly. I always watch the King in the Ring. That one was really good when they had got into the opener. It was when he wrestled. Bret Hart went through the whole
Oh,
first
he
King.
wrestled Razor Ramon, I believe.
Yeah, he wrestled
Razor
Razor, he wrestled Kurt,
Ramon.
and then he wrestled Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. All my three favorites were in the same tournament, but that's I think people don't give credit to Bret Hart either because yeah, charismatically he wasn't the greatest to me, obviously, but he was a workhorse, man. I could appreciate hard work and workhorse mentality. These guys who go in there and just put 100% into it. I mean, it wasn't. Kurt Hennig was one of those guys that because these guys have been wrestling each other since even the AWA. You know
Right.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
They knew each other from that time frame, so these guys have done this 1,000 times. That's the greatest thing about it. When they watch those matches, you think this is the first time ever. These guys have done this every week, probably 3 months before this.
Oh yeah.
And so they're doing it for the back of their back of their hand. But yeah, I think Mr. Perfect doesn't get he gets the credit he deserves, but doesn't get the true credit he deserves to be like an all-time great wrestler.
Uh-huh.
Performer. So.
Now
Yeah.
let me ask you
Go ahead,
this real quick. I mean, obviously people know that it's a work, right? The whole wrestling, matches and gimmicks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So when you have your person who's controlling, they call him the booker, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you have your booker, you come over there and says, "Hey, you're going to do this, you're going to do that," and somehow you're not feeling it. You know what I mean? Like you're not like it doesn't agree with you. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
ever had a situation to where you're sort of like, man, I don't really want to do it this way, and you had to make a choice like right before the match of whether you're gonna do it the way you felt was right against the booker or do it what the booker said no matter what?
I think now, the last few years, if not more, I think that's the trick. That's a very funny subject because when I started out, it's you post a Booker tells you what you're gonna do basically in the match,
Yeah.
like, gives you the bullet points and then gives you the finish. Everything else is on you guys, right? It's on
Right.
the guys working. I used to always be a very argumentative toward the, I used to be because I used to come in so prepared for if I knew someone was wrestling, I used to watch your stuff. I still do.
Right.
I pay attention to what they do. I in my head already wrote out this whole narrative of how I want this match to go, and then you hear, and I know full well that when I come in, the booker has their mentality. Now it's easier with social media. You contact them back. When I came up, you didn't have their number. You just had to figure out when you got to the show, right? We can message them on AOL. It was barely anyone had AOL then, but I used to come in. Now it's easier, but yeah, I mean, I've cut to points recently that someone had asked me how the match should go, and I just didn't agree. Actually, me and the opponent didn't agree, but the opponent I wrestled, he didn't want to ruffle the feathers.
Uh-huh.
I had a decent rapport with the talent, organizer there. I told him, I said, I think this is the way we should do it. And I explained how it makes sense, and he was well, and well, if you think it's best, and it worked out better than what they thought of because, um, not to say anything bad, some bookers and people who handle talent, they if they don't perform, I really feel like if you haven't done it in the ring, you don't really understand it. Not saying you may not know as a writer or something like that, but you may not feel it the way we will feel it. 'Cause
Right.
we in a split second we have to change whatever we're doing. If the crowd's not really if I'm a good guy and they don't like me and they're supposed to like me, then I have to find a different way to get them to like me, or I'm just gonna have them hate me, and then we have to just turn it around. And it's just kind of one of those things. So when you have a set idea, that's how I want to do it. I don't do anything. I don't know. Maybe for me, I guess I don't like being told what to do all the time, so I always get defensive. So I, but yeah, it happens. Now less than before, I think people give me credit for my experience and the fact that I've helped dozens of talents behind the scenes build the characters and done things that I think I have a decent reputation in Florida.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to that. But there's times I've worked shows when people are like, I want this to happen. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing it. And we'll go in a match and we'll just change it in a match and just deal with the consequences after.
Huh.
So
That's really cool. Let me ask you this: you remember back in the day when you came on the show, you and your buddy, what was it, Damian Angel, right?
yeah.
What was that? That was weird. But remember the guy Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
He remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told that story to Belly the other day, and he was like, "Nah," and I was like, "Yeah, man, it really happened." And I said, "Watch, I'm gonna try to get this guy on the phone, and I'm gonna talk about it, because the look on you two guys' face, especially Damian, boy, you guys had fists locked, your shoulders were cocked back,
Shoot hot.
and you know the size of that studio. I was like."
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I mean, you can go take this outside if you want to, great content, but you can't do that in here.
Have to move some furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And he
will
was
die.
Right next to it. And he's right next to. He was right in front of Damien Moore.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
next to him.
And he was, because that was a running gimmick for the show when he got the tattoos. It was like he would, hey, I want to show you something, and drop his, his pants. I mean, he'd have boxers on, but then he would show the tattoos on there. And when he started taking off his belt, I think I was playing some, some dome, some really kind of, club music, over the airways while he was doing it, and Damien just sort of like reared up, and I was like, I know this is going, and I just showed him the tattoos, man, the good artwork.
Yeah, that's how it was. I was just trying to say, yo, and Damien's like, yeah, hey. I'm like, we don't that way. You do what you want to do, but not in front of us. We like this is we ain't down for that.
What did you guys say after the show when you guys left? What would you guys say about that?
What did him and I mention about?
Yeah.
We can. You know what? We didn't really have anything bad to say about it. We thought it was hilarious. I mean, we had a great time. I think we spent a majority of time there.
Yeah.
Just going back and forth.
Yeah.
And just discussing, the the whole night. But then obviously those moments like, yo, man, if that guy would have put his pants down, Damien would have like, damn, I would have knocked him out. So that's what would have happened, So that's kind of where we left with that one. But yeah, we still talk about that, man. We had a good time with you guys that one time. I try to get them on here, man. I really did with us tonight, but
no, I mean, it's cool.
Work that out later.
Yeah,
I have to work that out later.
No, I mean, it's cool. I mean, listen, we enjoy talking to you, man. Enjoy talking to you on the phone, and we got the whole Zoom thing worked out. I mean, we've built this ground from the floor up, pretty much. Because like when you came in the studio, it was already built. So, it was all ready to go. But over here, we had to pull our strings and, put some duct tape on and, get some hamsters. I mean, we actually got a live hedgehog that actually is in the engineering room, making sure all the hamsters and the duct tape staying together. So,
Really?
oh yeah, yeah, it's a live hedgehog. Like
Wow.
we'll let me see if I can pull it up right here. Yeah, so I don't know if you're watching the show as we're talking, but you'll see it here soon. It's an actual live hedgehog that's gonna. Right now, he's kind of using the bathroom again. But once he gets done with the toilet, he'll come back and start getting all the hamsters, fired back up and doing this whole deal. So yeah, there he goes. It's a live hedgehog right there, rolling across the screen. So
I blame everything on him.
yeah, his name is Sonic.
Everything that goes wrong.
Yeah, his
Yeah, I
name
can't
is
see
Sonic.
that. Yeah, I'm trying to see it. I can't really see it, but I'll catch it later.
It'll pop
Replay.
up here and soon. You'll be able to see
Right.
it. So,
Sure.
Eddie Torres, thank you so much for.
Well,
for
before he
joining the
goes,
show. I'm sorry.
he has an event coming up in April. You want
Yes.
to tell the people about that, Eddie?
Yeah, we're part of WrestleCon. I sent that to where it's a convention. It's I don't know if you guys remember the old CWF Championship Wrestling in Florida.
Right.
It's to
Is that
be
the
a big
Armory?
set up. Yeah, back in the Armory days, the Sportatorium, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there's a promoter right now, bought the companies, starting to relaunch it. So they got us involved in the Wrestle Stock coming up. Me and my partner, my partner Payne, the guy I just did the wrestling match with, the cage match, David Merkel, we're both going to be just basically promoting CWF. They're in talks right now, working in the venue in Florida, in Tampa soon, so I'm not sure yet. But it's going to be open for anybody. Going to have a bunch of people there from April 9th and the 10th. It's going to be at the West Cypress Street. So more information should be coming up. But
Yeah,
I'm going to be promoting
go to-
CWF and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And come out, meet a bunch of people. We're going to have the Nasty Boys and a bunch of other legends there. And I'm just humbled to be there promoting.
Oh, that was
legendary
okay.
company.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
one. What was the two guys that were on the bottom left, right hand side of the screen? They were
The Bushwhackers.
Bushwhacker. Boy,
Yeah, the
those guys are still
Bushwhackers.
alive. Holy crap!
Yeah, they're still around, man. Those guys, they're bushwhackers. They lift off the
They're kicking,
land.
man.
They never go. Holy crap! Those guys
They
are.
didn't have any gluten-free food when they grew up. They survived all the junk, you know.
No.
Well, what we need to do, Bull, is we need to get you in on that show and have the Bushwhackers lick your bald head like they
Oh
used to do.
God.
and
Jeez.
get it on the channel.
Listen. I please come out and hit your head. Get it. Yeah, please get it. And then we'll have Brutus Beefcake be there too, so we'll have him cut your hair too for free.
There you go.
And
There you
yeah,
go.
man, that's what I got going on right now. I don't have any events till April.
Uh-huh.
But most of my events are on my page, the Authority Eddie Torres at Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I got T-shirts. I'm trying
You're
to
in-
build it up right now.
You
My
have
last run,
Instagram and all that.
yes, sir.
All
Just
right.
trying to make something out of it.
There you go, my friend. Well, hey, listen, if you need anything, just let us know. We'll get you on the show. We'll have you on. We'll talk about it, promote it. Send me all the information. We'll do the same thing, and
All
that
right.
way I'll promote it on our Facebooks. And then if you need anything shot, man, I've got a new drone that we could use to shoot any like promo videos for you too.
Oh,
so,
okay. I'm gonna take you up on that soon.
Yeah, man. Let
And
me
then
know.
Bull's going to take a knife edge chop to his chest too.
Yeah,
And that's payment. That's payment.
Yeah, that's
for-
payment.
that's
Oh,
my thank
okay.
you.
yeah.
I don't give
No.
high fives no more because of COVID. I give chops to the chest.
Hey, man.
You know?
I was gonna say
Social distance, baby.
I was gonna
Yes, sir.
I was gonna do it. Well, we'll discuss that later. I was gonna do it for you for
Okay.
free, but
All right.
True
all
sto-
right.
This
Yeah.
is a true story. I did get a chair shot from Jake the Snake Roberts in the back one time.
did you really?
Wow.
Oof.
It hurt. It hurt. He said I only gave you 20%, and that shit still hurt. So much respect to the guys that take those chair shots.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't do
it
that.
sucks. It sucks.
Yeah,
It always sucks.
I
So
get
since
a-
I already got one bull, it's your turn. You're next.
I get a chop in the chest, and I go, okay, I'm done. I'm good. Listen, this wrestling thing wasn't for me. I'm good. So
I hear you.
it's like,
I
but
hear
no,
you.
it's your first day. It's like, I don't care. I'm done. I'm good. You just got in the ring. I didn't even touch you. Listen, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm
You
40
fulfilled
years
your
old.
dream. You fulfilled your life. You fulfilled your childhood dream. Got it.
Yeah,
The bell rang. I'm good.
I put on the jogging shorts. I came in the ring. I got there. You
I
almost
have the
hit me
worst
with
mental
your.
picture of you in a wrestling outfit.
I would never put
Wow.
on a wrestling outfit at all. Trust me. Nope.
Remember
going.
the water boy, Captain Insano? That's the outfit I picture Bull in.
Yes, yes. I think that'd be great. I was thinking like more like Adrian Streets. You know what I mean? Like something real colorful. You know, makeup. I don't know.
Wow,
Some
makeup.
Adrian Adonis kind of thing from the
Adonis,
WrestleMania.
yeah.
3.
Well, like
There
the
you go.
Ultimate Warrior. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
That's
you're
what I
not the
mean.
Ultimate Warrior.
Without the warrior part. Without the warrior part. But we'll do
Just the Ultimate.
just the ultimate.
Yeah.
It's open ended to anyone can come up with their assumptions of what you look like.
Oh,
You know,
thanks.
it's the ultimate. You know.
Then I get that there on the mat, and they ring the bell, and I trip over the mat. And they go, well, how the hell do you trip over the mat?
I just
You know,
want to see you
That's
cut
the
another promo.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I am not the
Is
Rock.
that one of the hardest things to do, Eddie? Cut a promo, like right on the spot.
You know what? If you're feeling it and you get in it, that's always perfect. I always feel like my best ones are just fresh and right there. If we have to stop and record and do another one, like on pre-recorded interviews or promos, I suck. I really do. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I have to be organic as possible. So I'm good at those. Like put something in front of my face, I start going off. But I have to sit there. Hey man, maybe we should record it. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm gonna make it in the business. You know what I mean? Because I'm over here tripping over my words and I'm over here second guessing myself. So I always every time I do it, I always change it. It's always one big long blooper.
Now,
So
let me ask you this real quick before we go.
Yeah.
Do you have any and be honest with me, be honest, okay?
let's go. Let's go.
And this is sort of backstage type of stuff because people would assume that with any sport, whether it be football, hockey, they're sort of coexistent with each other. They're really cool with each other.
We're at 90 seconds, by the way.
Yeah.
Bull.
After the game. What's that?
We're at 90 seconds.
Okay.
left.
But real quick, do you have any real heat or anybody have any real heat backstage, like real heat with anybody? Like they can't stand to work with them?
Oh, it happens. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Belly and
constant.
Bull.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it happens a lot. We'll save that for the second part. I'll tell you
right.
a bunch about it.
All right, my man. Thank you so much for joining the show. We'll
Appreciate you, Eddie.
we'll have you on
All right,
again
man,
soon.
definitely.
All right, my man.
All right, man, guys. Appreciate it.
All right,
All right,
we'll
thanks,
talk to
bud.
you soon, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
All right, we'll take that off. All right.
Always a pleasure. The Authority Eddie Torres.
Yeah.
Visit
absolutely.
his Facebook page, The Authority Eddie Torres.
Hope that wasn't,
Facebook.com/The Authority Eddie Torres.
Hope that wasn't toward us. Was that bad?
He's shooting on you, man.
Was he mad? Was that real heat towards me?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe he tripped that guy out of the car. Who knows?
I don't know. It kind of sounded a little bit pissed off with that one.
Maybe you're stepping on his toes and he wants to give you a chop, man.
No, listen, I'm good. I'm good. I've seen that done before live in the studio. I'm good. But do you think that is that like real heat at that end? I mean, the end of that?
I don't know.
I mean, you're a wrestling person. I'm not. I mean, I know about wrestling, but I don't. I mean, does that sound like real heat? Oh, does that mean we're done? I think we're done. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break real quick and back in a minute. don't worry, we'll be back here. I mean, I'm here because I can control it right now, but Billy will be back here in a minute. I don't want you to forget to check out youtube.com. Just go to Bulls Radio Lounge. Just search that, and you'll find us right there at your disposal for all your needs. You can join us there. As Belly is joining the show via Zoom Live, we have Belly.
I'm here.
Ah, there you are. It was. I thought when we ended the interview that it would actually kind of stop the countdown, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, well, let's end it, real quickly.
So is
Sorry.
the show not going to be in 2 parts, or did the live stream?
No, it's still
stay?
live. It's still live.
Okay, cool.
It's all in one
cool.
part. It's just a Zoom that went off the thing.
As
So-
always, though, a pleasure having Eddie.
Oh,
Torres
absolutely, yeah,
On.
yeah.
Love
I always,
talking with him.
yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. I just, I know like the first interview was sort of like all like the sort of like, hey, this and this. But I think next time we have him on, we just be guys. You know what I mean? And just be like, just kind of talk to him like, hey, what's going on? What's up? You know what I mean? So
Okay.
no, your questions were great. I mean, I did some
Are you
prep.
trying to say I sucked?
No, I'm trying to say you did better than me.
You trying to have some heat?
No,
You got some beef?
absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I had questions lined up, but I mean, but for the first time, you did fantastic. So,
No, I appreciate that.
yeah,
man.
I mean, I can tell you prepped. So, because most people don't prep. Like, I prep, but I kind of steer towards like, hey, that's cool. You did this with your career and everything, but what do you like to have to drink? What's your brand of drink? What do you like? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do afterwards? Do you have a drink with the guys? You know what I mean? Kind of like get that personal type of thing going. But you know what? Listen, don't take this as counteroffensive to you.
You asked non-business related kind of questions, or more reality based kind of
Well,
questions.
no, it's not about that. It's just that some people have good interviewing skills and some people don't. I'm still learning how to do very good interviewing skills. Like Mark the bartender is really good doing it. Matt the Savior is really good at doing it for artists. Joe Weinku was really good for doing entertainment. I'm not too bad if I can start feeling them out and seeing what they want to talk about. But like I said, sometimes when I have them in my head and I put them out in words, they don't really seem too well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
But you pulled it off fantastic. So don't take what I'm saying as critical. Okay.
No, not at all.
I'm saying that for me, that's like.
And
what
even
I
if
like
it
to
was,
do.
constructive criticism is always a good thing. Because if you don't have constructive criticism, how do you get better at something?
Well,
if someone
yeah,
tells you
I
you're
mean-
great at everything that you do,
Well,
when
usually
you're not,
Usually I hear that I suck every time I do a show. So,
well, that's you learn and you get better. Man.
well, I mean, that's what I do.
Oh, by the way, there is some heat. It looks like there is some heat.
there is?
Oh, man, there might be some heat, man.
With who?
Oh, it looks like you might have some heat with Eddie Torres.
Are we like real heat?
Oh, might be some heat, man.
Like real heat?
He texted him back, man. I mean, he hasn't answered me. He left me on red.
What does that mean?
Oh, you ever like text a girl or anything and she
No.
left you on red?
No.
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 Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
What
I-
What do you mean by red? What does that mean? I don't understand what
Yeah.
red means. There's no red. There's no yellow light, green light, red light.
Oh, dumbass. Red. READ.
READ. What? Yeah, I know what red is, but what is
Unread red. So they just read it and they're not
Oh,
responding. to you.
unread. I thought you meant like red. I'm like, what? in
No,
the-
yeah, red. They read it, but they're not responding to you.
Oh, I thought you meant like red. Like they got
Man,
you
you
like.
got some, man, he
red
left you on
light.
green, brother. He left you on magenta.
What is this?
Oh,
Color
red.
codes?
But oh man, you may want to do something about that, man. I see a death match coming.
Okay, I mean, I didn't sign up for anything, so
I'm just saying. You might catch some shoot heat.
some shoot heat. Is that what
Some
you?
shoot heat.
Some shoot heat.
Yeah, man.
So you're talking about fake but real?
No, that's a work shoot.
Shoot, that means that it's fake. I'm
No,
sorry. Shoot is a
no,
real.
a work is
Yeah.
a work is fake.
Anyways,
Bull's gonna be like looking out of his window. He's like, "Is he coming?"
don't come near my bunker. I tell you that much. I'll see you coming. I will.
There's no he. I was just fucking with you. He just
No, I
Like
know. I know.
like I said, he tripped getting out of the car. So
Oh,
I said,
did he?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I thought he was mad with the show. I was like, man. I
No.
know. Anytime you want to, come on the show. I mean, come on.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus goddamn it.
Talk to you fucking idiots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people do that. Like one time, we had Lebanon Levi on one time with a show, right?
Right.
And with a USF show, and he wasn't the Thai guy. He wasn't. Hold on. Sorry, I put a message out to Eddie before it's too late. Sorry. That way, because I don't know why I'm doing it live. But anyway, so yeah, we had him on the phone, and he talked about his book and about some things that happened like within different Amish communities, not saying his Amish community. I'm like,
Okay, I was wondering.
child
sorry, I was
molestation
wondering,
a bit.
I'm like, I heard that name before. Where that name from? I'm Amish Mafia, right?
Yeah. We had
Okay,
we had the
alright.
main guy on there from Discovery Channel. Like this was a real. I mean, for like I said, a college radio show. This is a big time interview,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he even sent the book as well for free. Which is a great book.
Do you
And-
think that was a worked or a shoot show? You think that's real Amish Mafia?
Well,
I
both.
used to watch it,
well,
and I just because it's trash TV.
Yeah.
It's a train wreck.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is this fucking real?
Well, I have to say both sides, to be honest with you, because for one, it is they are Amish in some
Well, I believe
sense,
that.
but then again, a lot of times they'll do things and it won't be coherent with the production, or the production want them to, do this or do that, and
Exaggerate something.
exaggerate something.
Tuckus,
So-
you didn't churn my butter.
Yeah.
Churn my butter. Tuckus.
What are you doing? Go back in there. Go back into the. But anyways, so
I need you to go shoe my horses.
yeah. So the guy, he brought up, well, sometimes in different communities, in Amish communities, we have, child molestation, or whatever the case. And this guy took a flip and a whatever. He's like, "What? Are you serious? That's horrible. That's disgusting." That's coming from Ty, the guy who was interviewing the guy on the radio, right? And I'm sort of going, and I'm sitting right across from him, and I'm like thinking, "What? Whoa, what are you doing? What's going on?" And so he hung up the phone on the guy. Did he even?
Wait.
Didn't
So your co-host was interviewing.
no,
him, and
he was
actually-
the host.
Oh, okay.
He was the host of the show, right?
Okay.
So I booked him for the show one night, and they got about 3/4 of the interview in, maybe about 30 minutes or so, going good, really good interview, right?
Yo,
And
yeah.
so then he started, because it was mentioned in his book about it, you know what I mean? So he had mentioned about, hey, this thing about different deals, and the Thai was like, well, what do you mean they have child molestation in there? And he's like, yeah, there's some different Amish communities, not in ours, but there's different ones that they have that, where, however,
And then the dude on the station flipped out and hung up on him.
the host, Ty, the main guy, was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? That's horrible. That's disgusting. And I'm paraphrasing because it's been so long ago.
Right.
He's like, that's disgusting. And I'm like flipping. I'm like, what are you doing? Whoa, hey, it's okay. It's cool. And they're like, no, it's not. And the guy, the Lebanon Levi, was trying to, get back in there, and they're back and forth. And all of a sudden, Ty hung up the phone. And I'm like,
Did he hear something wrong? Because he said it wasn't in our community, but he knows of other.
I don't
communities?
know, man, but he just flipped out, dude. He was like, and I felt so bad. Not for him. I was pissed at him. I gave him an earful with that one. I said, listen, man, don't you ever fucking do that again. And he's like, what do you mean? And he's like, don't you ever sit there. And I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing like that, but I put my name out there to sit there and get this guy booked on the show.
Hmm.
I'm like, don't you ever sit there and go cold fish like that and do that, because it's not you that's putting your fucking name out there. It's me,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And
Oh shit! I wonder if he just heard something wrong, or
I don't know, man, because
Who
I
knows?
I emailed Lebanon back, or I messaged him back, and I said, hey, I do apologize. You know, that's not how I thought the interview was going to go. I blah, 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 kind of really kind of putting him over. He's like, you know, if it all works out, could we have you on the phone? He'll make a complete apology on the radio. He's like, nope, not again. And I'm like, wow.
basically it's like, go fuck yourself.
Pretty much. He's like, go fuck yourself and give me your cows.
But
So I don't
An
know.
hour and a half went by quick. bro.
I'm telling you, man, it did. It went by
It's
quick.
good. That means that means it was solid.
Yeah, it was solid.
But
Couple
I think I'm gonna
different.
stick around for one segment.
Oh, for the next show.
Yeah, stick around for one
All
segment.
right.
Is that cool?
That's fine with me.
right.
Just do me a favor. Yeah, well,
No.
never mind. You're not going to. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I was thinking that it was going to be 40 minutes deal again. So, all right. So, let's do this. This is Gut Check Live with
This was.
Belly. This was, as in past tense. We were ending the
Yep.
show. Belly and Bull on your Sunday night, 8 o'clock. We just had Eddie Torres on the phone.
Yes. Thank you once again to Eddie.
Yeah.
Forrest for coming on the show.
And sorry about, you saying goddamn about the show. I was trying to make it funny. Belly was all serious. My bad.
He just wants to beat your ass.
That sounds weird. So don't go away, because coming up in about 30 seconds or so is going to switch over to the Social Reload Show with Matt DeSavior. That's going to run until about 11 o'clock. So stay tuned with that. Don't go away. There's still more to come. Belly's going to join us. Right?
One segment. You got me for one
segment.
segment.
All right. Don't go away. Stand by. Thank you, Belly, so much for joining the show, or doing the
Thank
show,
you.
hosting the show. Thank you for interviewing. That was great.
Thanks, man.
Good job on that one.
Appreciate
So, all right, we'll talk to you soon. Join us next Sunday, 8 o'clock, for Gut Check Live. We'll see you then.